Revolut has recently launched its highest membership tier. It's called Revolut Ultra, and it's basically a very fancy looking debit card with a hefty monthly fee. But in exchange for the fee, you get a bunch of benefits, which Revolut claims to be worth £4,000 a year, but we'll see about that. They've been building up to this launch for a while now, with reportedly 430,000 customers signing up for the waitlist across the UK and Europe. And by the way, I was one of those customers. And when the launch finally happened, I thought, what if I ditch my Amex Platinum and go to Revolut for a while until at least I become eligible for Amex sign-up bonuses again? But then I looked more closely at Revolut Ultra, and well, turns out it's not so clear-cut, and you'll hopefully understand what I mean as we go through this video, because today we're reviewing Revolut Ultra and trying to see if it's worth the fee they're asking for and all the hype that Revolut has been trying to build around it. First of all, let me tell you about what Revolut is in case you've never heard of it. If you have, feel free to skip this part using the Timecodes. Revolut is basically a financial app that can give you a debit card, a savings account, access to an investment platform, and a bunch of other finance and lifestyle related services. They have multiple membership tiers, including the standard one, which is completely free, which means you can use most of Revolut's features for free, but then the higher of a tier you choose, the more benefits you get. So it's sort of similar to online banks like Starling or Monzo, with the difference that Revolut is technically not a bank in the UK because they still haven't managed to get their banking license. They've been trying to for a while, but something always seems to get in the way. I have personally used Revolut in the UK for the past 5 years, but mostly for like specific services like currency exchange or withdrawing cash from ATMs when I'm abroad, but not so much for my other day-to-day banking needs. I've also tried multiple of their membership tiers, and that's why I was very excited to hear about Ultra and learn more about it. And now let's jump into the review. We're first going to consider the benefits that this card offered, and I grouped them into 3 categories for convenience, and those are money, travel, and lifestyle. And then we're going to talk about the annual fee that you'd have to pay for the card, discuss the potential competitors, and try to figure out if this card is actually worth it. At this point, I can say that I think this card does have one kind of unique selling point that can make Revolut Ultra just the right thing for a very specific set of people, and we are going to talk about that in the final section. But for now, let's jump into the first category of benefits, which is money. I grouped into this category everything that has directly something to do with money. First of all, when you sign up for Revolut Ultra, you get 5% cashback on all you spend on your Revolut debit card. That does sound too good to be true, and the reason why is because there are caveats. The first caveat is that you only get that offer for the first month with the card. Secondly, the total cashback that you can get that way is capped at your monthly fee, so you can't get more cashback than whatever you pay in Revolut every month to keep the card. And finally, you only get this high rate cashback if you sign up for the annual plan as opposed to monthly plan. The annual plan means that you have to pay for the card for the whole year upfront, and if you decide to cancel at any point, you get no refunds. Once you're outside this introductory offer, your cashback rate drops to 0.1% for all the spend in the UK and Europe, and then 1% for everywhere else in the world. Is this a good cashback rate? Well, for a debit card, it is a good cashback rate simply because debit cards usually don't offer cashback, but there are of course exceptions. For example, there is the debit card from Chase, which gives you 1% cashback on everything, on all your spend for the first year, and I would say Revolut's kind of rate pales in comparison to that. And I really think they kind of could have done a bit better for a premium card with a high monthly fee. Next up, Revolut Ultra users get access to the savings account. And while I said that Revolut is not like a bank formally, your savings are still protected because your deposit will be held by an actual bank that Revolut has partnered with. And the rate they offer is 3.55% annually on an easy access account, which means you can withdraw your money at any point and not lose interest. And the interest is also calculated daily. While this is again a decent rate, it's not kind of market leading because at the point of recording this video, for example, Chip offers over 4% interest on Easy Savings account, or Chase offers around 3.8% on similarly Easy Savings account. The only sort of edge that Revolut Ultra would have over those is that Revolut pays out your interest daily, as opposed to most competitors paying it out monthly or some even annually. But I'm not sure if the ability to get the interest every day as opposed to every month is actually worth sacrificing a significant portion of your interest rate for. So that is savings, and then there is an assortment of other benefits, such as you get free cash withdrawals from ATMs up to £2,000 a month around the world, and that can be pretty useful when you're traveling somewhere where like you still have to rely on cash for a lot of things. My example would be whenever I go to Istanbul, I have to withdraw cash because I use it to pay for taxi rides, for tips, for buying stuff on the street from random small vendors. So this benefit would be quite useful to me. I'm sure I wouldn't use up the whole £2,000 limit every month or even every other month. Next, you get unlimited foreign currency exchanges without fees, which means you can exchange your, let's say, pounds into US dollars or euros or a bunch of other currencies, or the other way around, without paying any additional commission, which again can be quite useful if you are, for example, if you have money coming in from abroad regularly, or if you're going on a trip and you just want to exchange the money you're planning to spend into that country's currency, and you just want to do it once and not be dependent on the currency fluctuations while you are on your trip. Finally, as I said, Revolut has its own investment platform, and Ultra users get some benefits related to that, such as 10 commission-free trades every month and then lowered exchange fees on cryptocurrencies and commodities. We're not going to focus too much on those because this video is not about investing. That is the roundup of money-related benefits that you get with Revolut Ultra. I mean, it sounds like a nice package, but again, it's not really anything to write home about, especially considering that this is a premium card and has a high kind of annual fee. And most of the benefits that we discussed, you can really get with other banks for much less money or even for free. However, where this card is really supposed to shine is the travel and lifestyle benefits. So let us talk about that, because there are some things that deserve attention in there. So let's start with travel. First of all, with Revolut Ultra, you get unlimited access to airport lounges with Dragon Pass membership. Dragon Pass includes, I think, over 1,300 lounges in airports around the world, so you don't have to worry about not being able to find an eligible lounge. And then if you want to bring in a guest with you, you have to pay £20 for every additional guest. In addition to lounge access, you get 10% cashback on Revolut Stays, which is Revolut's platform for booking accommodation. I did check this out. I looked up a few hotels and then compared the prices between Revolut Stays and Booking.com, and then booking directly with hotels. And while there are sometimes cases when there is value to be had, where for example, Revolut Stays and Booking.com offer the same price, but then on Stays you get 10% cashback thanks to Ultra membership. But then in other cases, the price on Revolut Stays is just higher, and even with a 10% cashback, you would be overpaying. So if you want to use this benefit, be careful with it and make sure to compare the prices from different sources before making your booking. And then finally, in the travel bucket, you get a bunch of different insurance covers. That includes purchase and refund protection, similar to what Amex credit cards offer. That means if you buy something with the Revolut Ultra card and then it is broken or stolen, the insurance is going to cover the repairs or the replacement. And similarly with refund protection, if the retailer refuses to take the item back when they should, the insurance can also give you that refund. Then there is the travel insurance, which covers various inconveniences like flight delays, lost luggage and stuff, as well as cases when you need medical attention during the trip. And finally, you get trip and event cancellation insurance, which is if you had to cancel your plans due to certain list of circumstances that the insurance document details, then they will cover any costs that any non-refundable costs that you incur. Again, this insurance is a nice package. I guess it's sort of comparable to what some premium cards from Amex offer, such as the Amex Platinum, with the difference that with Amex, more of your dependents would be eligible for this insurance. So that was travel. And now we're getting to the part which I earlier said I think is really kind of setting this card apart for better or for worse. This final kind of bucket of benefits, which is lifestyle. I think this is what could make it or break it in terms of the decision whether or not you should get this card. I'm going to explain why just after we go through these lifestyle benefits. The lifestyle bucket is basically a bunch of services that Revolut partnered with to give you sort of free subscriptions. For example, you can get a free subscription to NordVPN, which is normally worth £12 if you're paying monthly, which other than the VPN also includes 1 terabyte of free cloud storage and a password manager. Next, you can get a free premium digital subscription to Financial Times, which when I checked out how much it costs if you just pay out of pocket, I was very surprised. It costs £55 a month. I am still surprised. Why does that cost so much? If you have any thoughts about that, just feel free to leave them in the comments. I'm very curious. Next, you get 3 passes with WeWork every month for free, WeWork is basically this network of kind of co-working spaces. So you can book a desk in one of their like I think 360 locations 3 times a month for free. I looked up how much it would cost if you didn't have a WeWork subscription and you just booked those visits on a like one-off basis, and that way it would cost you 25 pounds a month. So theoretically, if you were to use all the 3 passes every month, that would give you like 75 pound saving. And there is an assortment of other services like a free subscription to Tinder Gold, credits with ClassPass, sleep cycle subscriptions, and others which I'm going to show on the screen. And now let's get to the most interesting part of like how much does this card cost? Why did I say that the last lifestyle bucket of like the basically free subscriptions could be the determining factor in whether or not you get this card, and what kind of competitors does this card have, and like should you actually get it? So this card has a monthly fee of £55 per month. If you choose to pay annually, so you need to commit to the card for the whole year without any refunds, they will give you a discount resulting in the annual fee of £540, which is just a little bit lower than the Amex Platinum, but the Amex Platinum has a refundable annual fee, which means if you cancel your Amex Platinum halfway through, you'll get half of the fee refunded. So is this card actually worth it? Well, what Revolut Ultra does, it kind of combines the best of 2 worlds of like debit card benefits and credit card benefits. So the debit card benefits are what we discussed in the money category. And as I said, those are a nice package, but they're not really worth paying an annual fee for, especially an annual fee that high, because all those like money related benefits like the cashback, ATM withdrawal, savings account, you can get the same or even higher or maybe slightly worse for absolutely free with other banks such as Chase or Monzo or like others. And then there are like the travel benefits such as lounge access, travel insurance, the stays cashback. But again, you can get the same level of benefits and better if you just take out a premium kind of travel credit card. So if you just look at those 2 aspects, like money benefits and the travel benefits, then Revolut Ultra just seems like it's not worth it. But that's where the 3rd category of lifestyle benefits comes in, which is basically that long list of subscriptions that you get for free. If you're in a position where you already spend on the subscriptions that Revolut Ultra offers or similar ones, and your spend is at least around £40 a month, what you could do is you could subscribe to Revolut Ultra. Your monthly fee would be offset by the fact that you are no longer paying for those subscriptions, and then all the travel and money benefits such as like the lounge access, the insurance, the cashback, all that stuff would be just a free bonus on top. So in this case, the Revolut Ultra would definitely be worth it for you. But I'm actually curious if there are many people out there for whom the existing subscriptions already align with what Revolut Ultra offers to any considerable extent. So let me know in the comments what you think about this, specifically the subscription block, and whether or not you would benefit a lot or a little from having Revolut Ultra. And generally, let me know what you think about the Ultra card. For example, for me, there isn't much of an overlap. The only service out of that long list that I already use is the VPN. So yeah, I could subscribe to Revolut Ultra, get NordVPN for free, and save like £12 a month in exchange for paying like £50 a month in fees, which does not make sense. So if you are just mostly after travel benefits, there are plenty of credit cards in the UK that can offer you a much better value. For example, check out this video that I recently made on HSBC World Elite MasterCard that gives you pretty much the same travel benefits as Revolut Ultra does, but for less than half of the annual fee. Or if you are after really the premium experience, then check out this video I made about Amex Platinum, where I talk about my experience of having that card for 1 year. And that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one.